If you thought the real estate market was red hot now, if this Biden tax bill for eliminating a 1031 tax exchange goes through, it's going to get even crazier. I'm Mike Ferraro with LLA, Leading Lifestyle Agent Real Estate Group. Let's learn some more. In real estate investing, the most popular tool is the 1031 tax exchange. Essentially, what that is a tax deferment plan where you can sell an investment property, and instead of paying capital gains on the profits, you can roll it into the next property. And this has been a tool for years for people to grow wealth and defer taxes. What does this really look like? I'll give you an example. Let's say you buy a two-family duplex for $500,000, and in 10 years, it grows to the value of $1 million. Well, when you go to sell that property, if you had to pay capital gains at a 20% tax bracket, you can do that math on $500,000. That would be $100,000 you'd have to pay in taxes, which means you'd have $400,000 left. With 1031 tax exchange, you can take that $1 million and you can roll it into another $2 million property. And then you can roll that $2 million and have it appreciate into a $5 million, and then have that $5 million property appreciate into $15 million. And all along the way, that seller is building wealth without having to pay all the capital gains that come along with it. So what is that really doing? Well, it's not actually eliminating them from having to pay tax. It just means that they're growing how much money they would have to pay tax later on down the road. So selling a $15 million property and having to pay 20% tax on that is going to be more money than it would off of the $500,000. It also means that it grows the economy because it resets the tax base. So the tax of that property went from just starting at a $500,000 valuation with assessments, and the tax amount for the property that you have to pay every single month goes up and up and up and up and up as the value increases. It resets the tax, growing it. Also, title companies, real estate commissions, everything about the economy grows as that property value grows. There's incentive to keep growing it because you're not having to pay tax on it. All the studies have shown that this is a great way to build wealth and actually creates more wealth within the community through taxes. Okay, so let's talk about, again, some of the pros of the 1031 tax exchange. Obviously, it's an incentive to keep investing up, grow the wealth, and keep reinvesting that profit into another real estate property, and keep growing. Also, every time it resells, the property taxes go up. So there's more property taxes paid. As properties hit the market, it increases inventory, which we see right now. We have a liquidity crisis. We have an inventory crisis, I should say. And there's less properties on the market, so it keeps properties hitting the market. Also, taxes go up. Agents' commissions are more on the sale of these properties as the value goes up. Title companies, attorneys, people who work on the property management, jobs are created as this 1031 allows people to get bigger and bigger and essentially invest more and more money into bigger and bigger properties to grow wealth. It also prevents long-term buy and holds. It prevents people from thinking, I'm just gonna hold on to this property forever and never sell it, which takes away from all the things we just talked about. All right, there's a part 2 of this saga. That's called the stepped up tax base. Essentially, with the plan that's currently in place, if I was to buy that $500,000 place and in 50 years I pass away and it's now worth $15 million, I can give that to my family. Once my family inherits it, it sets the tax base all the way back to zero, and they don't have to pay any capital gains on it if they sell it above what its current value is. So in a way, it eliminates the tax for the family. There's still tax paid on it, but family does not have to pay tax on that tax base. What this technically means is if they eliminate the 1031 tax exchange and they eliminate the step-up tax base, when that family now inherits that property, it's like a sale. And along with it comes all the capital gains tax because it's a transfer of wealth. And this would also be the same for art, jewelry, you name it, anything like that. In the short-term thinking, it's a way for the Biden tax plan to basically say we're going to get as much tax as we possibly can in the short term to try to give it for public housing, try to give it for subsidies, free college tuition. There's a lot of different things that could come out of getting these taxes. My personal opinion is I don't think long-term that this will benefit like it would if you could keep the 1031 tax exchange. If you had to find a middle ground, in my opinion, for the 1031 tax exchange and the Biden plan, I would say eliminate the inheritance the step-up tax basis so that when someone does inherit the property, they would have to pay tax on it, right? But keep the 1031 tax exchange for allow the wealth to build within the family. That's my 2 cents. The 1031 tax exchange has been such a key role in real estate investing for generations and really should stay in place because it probably is one of the single greatest ways to build wealth in the United States. The other problem that's going to happen from this is people now that own really big real estate portfolios that have a ton of money are going to now take that wealth and they're going to start looking at the smaller homes and the smaller value properties because this 1031 tax exchange, according to the Biden tax plan, will stay in place with properties up to $500,000 in profit, which means that if you thought that smaller valued homes and investment properties were valued now, wait till that big money starts flowing in with the regular investor and regular home buyer. It's going to explode those prices. And it's just going to be another way where this market just gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. So that's the 1031 tax exchange. Until next time, everybody, take care.